everybody, this is the Wikstrand. So, how did the discussions go at Asylum Film when they were planning this movie? You know, they must have said something in the, style of, well, people didn't really like, the movie, The Five-Headed Shark Attack. It said it looked cheap, and they said it was a bad movie, and it was stupid and horrible in every conceivable way. Somebody then must have come up with a brilliant idea. Hey, why don't we, add another, head to the shark? If that'll fix it, what do you mean it doesn't, said everybody else after this movie was released. So we are going to take a look today at a completely horrendously bad movie that is actually as bad as you think it is. Now, unlike other people, I don't, ironically watch something or hate watch movies. I watch movies and give every single movie the same amount of attention and essentially giving them a fair fight. But man, this movie was pretty doomed from the start, actually. Let's take a look at how bad this movie is, shall we? This is The Six-Headed Shark Attack. So after we had this bad and confusing prologue to the movie, which I didn't think, was really necessary because it didn't really, tie into anything that's happened in the actual story that we're going to be exposed to, we moved simply to an island in Mexico where we have a bunch of complete douchebags who has come, to have therapy for couples and, in an effort to try to, save their marriage. All of these people are horrendously ill-written, the characters are awful, and the actors portraying them are even worse, and maybe even worse than that is actually, the lines they are forced to say. They are bad, stupid, and horrendously delivered. And the head honcho of this therapy island thing, his marriage is actually over, although he hasn't actually signed the papers yet. By the way, did they stole that entire thing from Twister? It doesn't matter, because after a while in the company of these absolute numbskulls, I was ready, for the six-headed shark thing to actually, appear. But when it did, I kind of regretted, wishing for it, because it was so ugly looking. It looked silly, it was horrendously animated, and almost made me laugh just how ridiculous it looked. The two heads, in front and, the two on the sides, which make it somehow able to, walk on land using their heads as toes or some stupid shit like that. It looked so horrible that I almost barely laughed when that happened, because it looked so fucking stupid. So anyway, who is going to survive this movie? I don't care. How are they going to fight this? I don't care. Will they survive? I don't care. So this is 90 minutes of horrible acting, horrendously bad writing, terrible special effects, and it is also very bland, unimaginative, and really, really boring. I think that this movie is so horrible that even a horrendously bad asylum movie such as, Tomb Invader is actually better than this. Can you imagine that you're actually worse than Tomb Invader? There are a few things in this movie that keeps it off the absolute, lowest ninth circle of hell when it comes to movies. There are some sequences that made me go, I didn't see that one coming. But if that is the only positive thing I have to say about this movie, then Jesus Christ, this is horrible. No suspense, there is no good story here, and everything looks cheap and bland, and everything is just boring and looks extremely rushed, which I think is what the majority of all asylum movies aspiring to. I haven't seen too many of the asylum movies, but it just makes me flabbergasted almost every time somebody completes a sentence on screen, because that indicates that that was the best take they got. Then you have to ask yourselves, the ones that, ended up on the cutting room floor, how horrible were they? My God, do I recommend this movie? No! Is it as bad as you think it is? Yes! Will I ever watch it again? Only if the compensation is in the 7-figure amounts or I have a gun to my head. Otherwise, fuck this shit, I'm never watching this movie again. Aside from a fun title and the sheer ridiculousness of this damn thing, I cannot give this movie anything else than 3 points. This is a truly awful movie with no suspense, no character to get yourself attached to, and it is also so boring. If it at least could have been, you know, so compellingly awful that you actually laugh about how stupid this is, then maybe it could have been a little bit better. But the fact is that except for the sequence when the shark walked on land, nothing was funny about this. It was just boring, and once you've seen the shark walk on land, which looked ridiculous, then the next time you saw it, it didn't register at all because the joke had already gone old and it wasn't that funny from the beginning. So which one, by the way, is your favorite / least favorite of the Asylum movies? Comment below and I'll see you next time for, well, so-and-so reviewing, well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.